And then these guys, they saw me and I went up to him. I was like, hey, you guys know what time it is?
I think Omar, you told him, huh?
Yeah. So this fool came outside.
This fool met him first. I think Omar met them all first.
Yeah. They came outside and they're like, hey, you know how to play that shit? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, what song you know how to play? And I was like, I know how to play La 45. And they're like, play that shit. And I played it. These fools got all wet.
Nah, Artie.
These fools got all wet. I was like, okay.
Look, Artie, look. Artie.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cool. What's going on, everybody? You're sticking around on the Nest, episode number 17 now. With me today is Los Infieles. What's going on, guys?
What's up, man?
How you guys doing, man?
Chilling. Right here.
We got Omar in the back and Ozzy in the middle there, but
Ozzy right
we're gonna try to get him in there right now.
Le faltó el mic, pero aquí andamos.
So let's just start with your ages, man, because you guys are pretty young. How old are you guys?
Más o menos.
Well, not you. You look fucking old.
I look old, but everybody always tells me that. It's the beard. I'm 21.
21. Fuck, that's young. What's your age?
I'm 19.
19.
I'm 17.
17 years old. Damn, 17 years old, man. That's fucking young.
And he's the lead singer.
Oh, yeah.
And he's the youngest.
All right. So, what do you guys play? What's your...
Puros corridos perrones.
No, what instrument?
I meant like, what instrument?
No, I'm just alterado. Nah, I play guitar.
He plays the requinto. He plays the requinto, the 12-string guitar.
Yeah,
and then, pues, obviously, canta. Cantante.
Yeah. Hey, Omar, can you do me a quick favor, man? Can you pass me my Red Bull?
And then
It's right here, man.
The homie Ozzy over here. He's the nuevo integrante, you know. Back then we used to have a tuba.
Yeah.
Pero ahora ya venimos con bass. Al 100, ¿verdad, compa?
That's good,
Bien
man.
caliente.
Back then people used to use like the drums and shit, but like now the bass has replaced the drums and stuff.
The drums is more like norteño, you know.
Yeah.
Where the style we play is sierreño, ¿verdad?
Nah, pero sí se usa like the norteño.
No, pues sí, todo eso
the
es con
bass and the
norteño.
drums, nah.
But the style that is called sierreño is requinto, guitarra, and
Yeah.
tuba or bass, yeah, whichever.
So like, quick question, man. What got you guys into music?
You start, my boy.
Nah, well, I just like the music. I just like the corridos, and I wanted to learn how to play the guitar. And caliente.
You just got into it? To be honest, I started playing English music at first.
Oh, for real?
I didn't even start with corridos,
I
yeah.
didn't even know that.
Yeah, so
What kind of music was that? Like,
I started off with like, what was it? And it was in high school. I started playing some like Passenger.
what's that?
That I don't know if you heard of that guy or it was like some indie folk pop. Yeah, it was.
Seriously, man, I wouldn't take you for that kind of person.
Yeah, those were the first songs I learned, and it was English. And then after that, I had never heard I never heard corridos or Mexican music.
All right, before we go on, like, try not to touch the tables because the cameras aren't already tied down that well.
Oh yeah.
And if you move the mic, or try not to move the mic because the mics can fuck up the whole audio.
Yeah, but back then I wouldn't even like listen to like corridos or anything until like the end of my high school years, you know?
Yeah.
And that's when I started like listening to them, and I liked it. I like what they would talk about, the corridos and romanticas, everything.
Yeah.
And that's when I just started learning, and it was a little easier since I had started learning like English songs.
Yeah.
I already knew like all the English chords. I could just transfer them to the Spanish. Era más fácil, you know?
Yeah. I remember you from an older group. It was called Herencia BH.
Oh yeah.
And tell me like a little bit about that. Like, what happened to that whole group? Because
that was a group that me and my homie had started right after my high school.
Yeah.
I had met a homie over there by he stays in the projects over here by Sears 8th Street Projects. I don't know if you know that. And I introduced myself to him through another homie that plays with some other grupo right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we just started a grupo. It just started like we just wanted to play.
But like,
it was just him and me. It was just two guitarras. We didn't have a bass or nothing.
What drew that inspiration though? Was it like an immediate look for some kind of source of income or?
Well, I had a homie that I would see that he would play, and I just wanted to play too.
Yeah, so it was just out of pure joy.
Well, yeah, I just had you guys you know Tito from Acero.
Yeah. El Titón.
Tito. So he was a accordion player. He plays for some grupo called Grupo Acero. We collabed with them already, actually.
Oh yeah.
In one song con
Yeah,
Fernando Tapia.
They're pretty big.
Yeah, we collabed with them, and so with my homie Tito, I told them, I was like, hey, you know, I need like singers. Like I play the guitar, canto, but I play because I like it. I would see him play, and I hit him up, and he just hit me up with that dude, and we just started playing. We made a little grupo. It was alright. It was good. We were playing good for a while, but it was just some chemistry,
It just fell off.
Yeah, stuff happens. Life happens,
Yeah, especially at this age, like for some reason at
we
this
were
age.
young. It was even younger too. I was like 18.
Yeah.
So I was like 3 years ago already.
Yeah, especially like I was saying right now, like at this age, for some reason, like friendships, relationships just kind of seem to fall off because it's a time of like identity and trying
time
to
of
find
change.
yourself. Yeah. But aside from that, like, who came up with the name Los Infieles and like what was the inspiration for that name?
No,
Go on, talk. It's you. You're the one that came up with it. What do you mean?
no, it was just a thing we said. Like
He would always say it.
we said.
Temo,
it.
no,
We said
Temo.
it. We said it.
We would always be at gigs. So before we had our actual name, me and him, we would already gig it, but we didn't have a grupo name yet,
Yeah.
And then at the parties, Temo would always be like, "Y arriba los infieles," like just talking about los infieles, like.
No, you see, se nos pegó el nombre.
It just stuck. It just stuck, and then people in the crowd would be like, "Arriba los infieles." They would tell us back, because he would always say it.
Yeah.
And he came up with it. We remember we were kicking in one time.
Yeah, and at first they didn't even like the name.
Fool, we were kicking.
They didn't like the name. They were like, nah,
we were with Fernando Tapia.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember? And then you told him, you're like, "Oh yeah, los infieles," and then he liked it too. And then once he liked it, he's talking about. I was like, "Hey, you know what? It's not too bad."
Nah,
hey, but another question that I have is like, how'd you guys find each other? Because I found Omar in high school, and like we were friends back in the day.
It was love at
We're
first
part of the
sight,
baseball
bro.
team. You remember that? So for the people that can't see right now, my friend Omar's in the back of the cameras watching.
Omar.
So he's the manager and the engineer, right? So he sets up your shows and all
he
that.
helps us out. He sets up everything.
A big man. Shouts out to him. Shouts out. But how'd you guys find each other? Like, how did you all find each other?
How do you find me, Tamo?
Like, were you guys friends in school? Or?
I forget. How was it?
Right there on Gage.
Oh, when we were.
When I was walking with my guitar.
No, talk about it. Talk about it.
I was like, so there was this one night where I had finished playing with the compachino, right? And I went home and I didn't have keys to go in, and I was knocking on the door and nadie me contestaba, and I was like, fuck, what do I do?
And this was here. This was just right here, a couple of blocks down, right here in East LA.
And then what happened?
So I was walking, I was like, fuck, well, what am I gonna do? My half-house not home, nobody's home to even open the door. And I was jump the window, but like, nah, and cause. So I started walking around with my guitar, I had my guitar with me.
In the middle of the street at midnight.
And then all of a sudden I hear these fucking mariachis at the fucking house. And then these guys, they saw me and I was like, I went up to him, I was like, hey, you guys know what time it is?
I think Omar, you told him, huh?
Yeah. This fool came outside.
This fool met him first. I think Omar met them first.
Yeah.
They came outside and they're like, hey, you know how to play that shit? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, what song you know how to play? And I was like, I know how to play La 45. And they're like, play that shit. And I played it. These fools got all wet.
Now, Artie,
These fools got all wet. I was like, okay.
look. I already knew Omar. That day I was kicking it with Omar, right?
Yeah, they were right there.
And then I just seen Omar come in. He's like, damn, dude, there's this fool outside. That fool plays bad way. Like, he was all excited. I was like, what do you mean he plays bad,
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I still hadn't seen him. And
Yeah.
he came in. I was just blown away. We were just jamming out. I was like, I thought I was good.
Man, I was in like freshman year when we met.
Yeah,
And
it was a good while ago already. It was like 2.5 years
When I
ago.
was still 16.
Yeah.
And what about you? How'd you guys find this guy?
Well, him, apenitas. ¿Cómo te encontramos, Abedi?
Well, the thing is that I didn't have no grupo. I was with Perfil Bajo
Okay, yeah.
for a while, and then let me sit on your lap. Oh shit.
Hey, you want to sit over here?
Well, yeah, I started playing with Perfil Bajo, but after everything went down, like they were, well, basically it was just like all right, but I mean, it wasn't for me as well because I was a bass player, but they had a tuba, so I really didn't comply with the grupo as much. But other than that, one of my friends, Bimbo, Bimbo, he told me about them. He was like, hey, they need a bass player because they don't have a tuba player no more. And I was like, oh, for sure. Like, I'll hit them up. So I hit up Cholo, and I was like, Cholo, do you need a bass player? Like, and he was like, oh, yeah, you get down. And then after that, you know, like.
And this was recent.
Yeah,
this was really recent. This was like those videos that you said that you seen.
Yeah. I've never seen this.
Yeah, those those videos that you said that like, when how long did we practice?
It was like a month ago, like a month and a half. No, like 2 months.
When people came, remember you came to our tocada to help us out. And
oh yeah. It was a tocada that my homie told me because he couldn't finish it.
So we just had like maybe a month and a half together before we recorded that one.
Yeah.
And then we did that one.
So you and Omar knew each other already?
We knew each other, yeah. We knew each other.
And then you found him on the street because he couldn't.
Yeah, we found him. Abandonado estaba el compa.
That's crazy, dude. Like that's isn't, you know, like people always like to talk about like how shit happens for a reason. Do you think
that was crazy?
Do you think that shit really happened for a reason? Because you guys were in need of a fucking of a singer, right? And
right. I mean, right there,
everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, it was just yeah, I guess so.
It's fucking.
I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. Because sometimes we like to think that, well, I mean, some people that are not religious or people that are not like into like philosophy or anything, they're just like, fuck it, everything happens for no reason. Things are just, you know.
The way it is.
But then fucking weird shit like this happens. You find a lead singer and someone that can play the guitar, and then you guys form Los Infieles. That's crazy. And if you guys go all the way up, that story's gonna be fucking even crazier.
Man, that's a dream. That's a dream.
And the thing about Boyle Heights is that there's a lot of unexploited talent. Like there's a lot of musicians here. Like I'm not sure if you've noticed it, but like there's a culture here of musicians. Like a lot of people here play some kind of instrument or have been in some kind of group. I mean, you have Mariachi Plaza just down the street, you know? And I mean, you guys are literally one of the first people that are actually going to get out there if you guys make it. So how do you guys feel about that kind of stuff?
Man, it
feels so great. And honestly, if we make it so big, and we're all grateful for it.
And the thing is that I have a couple of listeners that are not like Mexican or that don't understand the Mexican culture. And even farther than that, they don't understand the subculture of narco corridos or just corridos in general. So like, if you had to explain to someone that's not Mexican or someone that doesn't understand this kind of subculture, like what would you say to them? Like, how would you describe this shit?
If you like to drink, te la vas a pasar bien a gusto.
Man,
like, what's this
it's so much, man. It's
Watch it.
You would have to go way back where it started.
Where, do you know where that is?
I don't know, man. The new stuff right now, I mean,
well, I mean, I think it's like telling stories, because every corrido tiene like oh, so and so happened.
Stories.
Or I'm gonna start the story off by saying this was his name, this is what happened, this is what led to his death, or something like that, you know, because it's always usually about like a death or you're stuck in a problem and you want to get out, or if not, it's either just people who want to write something down. It's kind of like if I see someone struggling, right, or someone sees me struggling, or you tell me like, oh look, I have some advice for you.
Yeah.
Do this and this, y vas a ver que te vas a, like, you're gonna feel better after you do this and this, or if you do these changes, you'll feel better about yourself. So it's kind of, sometimes the corridos are like reminding you that your family's first, or not even that. It's just, you just gotta not depend, or I think kind of just trust what your future is, or what your life is, or learn how to live with yourself, you know?
Yeah. Before we go on, I think it's important to establish what a corrido is, because me, you, all of us in here, we all know what that is. Like we're fans of the music, so we know what a corrido is. It's essentially a ballad that tells a story, almost like in a manner that's like folklore, you know. And but to people that don't speak Spanish, or like I said, that are not Mexican and don't understand the culture, like this is to them just Mexican music, and they don't understand it because they don't speak Spanish. So I kind of want you guys to kind of describe what a corrido is.
Yeah, it's just like my compa over here said, there's just like stories, and like you'll be surprised. Like half of them are like almost real, you know. Like
Yeah.
there's some corridos that they talk about like El Centenario or talks about real people. Soy el tres or El siete. Some talks about real people, real situations, you know.
Yeah. See, the thing is that corridos, they tell stories of infamy, you know. They tell stories of El Chapo, of people that are infamous for like crimes and activities down south of the border, and even in this side of the border. So it's like a lot of people don't know that. Like they'll be passing by someone blasting the corridos, and they'll be like, "Oh, it's Mexican music," you know. But like they don't understand that they're talking some heavy shit.
Chapo.
Like some of this music talks about like
drug lords,
killings, like and the even crazier shit is that like these songs sometimes inspire Netflix shows like El Chapo. And like a lot of what the producers put in that show, they derive it from the corrido itself, because there's not a lot of information that goes out or like that's put out there, because the media doesn't cover it as much, but these songs really do.
Yeah. It's really glorified in Mexico and right here too. Like corridos. It's just people look up to, like all that, the kingpins, all that stuff. People look up to it. Like I'm not look up to it.
Why do you think that is though?
It's just been like that since forever, right? All the corridos. I mean, it would have to be in Mexico. That's where it's really started, you know.
Do you believe that like these infamous people like El Chapo would be glorified if it wasn't for the music?
I mean, there's also like American music that does it también, you know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of, I think it's just overall in general, people just glorify people that, I mean, they have a lot of money, they have anything they want, they have all the chicks, people want to be that person, you know? So they make them corridos, they make them because they want to be like them, or they want to tell their story because how much stuff they could buy. And so people look up to that, you know, because it's all materialistic, you know.
Hashtag goals.
So they're like, oh, let's do, you know. I think that's where it really probably comes from, right?
And like another thing is that like people don't really understand how powerful corridos are. Like and grupos too, because I mean, depending on what you say in one of your songs, it could get you killed.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people. I mean, you've seen many cases of people getting assassinated just because they play a song in a certain place where they can't be playing it. Like Chalino Sanchez, for example.
That's crazy.
Chopped up.
You know. And
remember that story they were shooting?
Tell it, man. Tell it. If you know a story, tell it.
Remember that time we went under the wash?
Oh yeah, on the Full Station.
So once we got invited to go play at
It's like an off-road event.
It was like a little off-roading event, you know, with todos tenían their ATVs, their, what is the other one called?
They got like a gang of.
So it was razors, everything, you know.
Yeah.
We were going all off-road somewhere. Where was this at?
It was in Riverside, remember?
It was towards Riverside, right?
I go to school there.
Oh yeah, so it was somewhere towards over there, and then it was like we went off road and we ended up under a freeway pass.
Yeah.
And then it was just like a party, dude. It was crazy. They had a fogata, they had a fire. It was like.
Have you ever seen that California Love video?
The what?
From Tupac, California Love?
Oh yeah.
It was like that. There was fires and a bunch people on trucks, and so then what they ended up doing was they brought two pickup trucks back to back with their beds down, right?
Yeah.
So then they backed up and it formed like a little stage. You get me?
Yeah.
The pickup trucks?
Yeah.
They backed up and they just connected everything. They had like a generator or whatever because there was not electricity there.
Yeah.
And they connected speakers and we were playing there. And then it was like in the middle, huh, while we were playing?
But ever since
it was before.
Ever since we got there, you could hear from fire people were shooting.
It was crazy. It was crazy. It was a crazy event. But the story is that they like right before we were gonna go on, they just started like shooting in the air, like or on the floor, like stuff was flying everywhere. I hid behind the truck. Back then we had our tuba player, and he was.
I was trying to get into his tuba case.
He's trying to get into his tuba case because they were shooting everywhere. And then this guy over here was just looking around trying to see who's shooting. All casual.
Isn't that something like that you'd kind of like be open to though? Like it's part of the music.
Yeah,
it's part of the culture.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, but
or is it like the music? Is the music so far removed from what? Is the music so far removed from what it actually is?
No, I mean, it's real stuff. It's real.
Like, as a person that plays that music, are you open to that kind of lifestyle? Like, would you be open to, like, meeting someone that's, like, doing that kind of stuff that you guys talk about in your music?
No, I mean...
Well, sometimes you don't even know who you're talking to. You'll just be kind of like talking to somebody or playing for somebody, and then fucking pop out a big old brick, and what the hell?
See, and that's a lot. This is why I wanted to get you guys on too, because not a lot of people are talking about this kind of activity, dude. Because like I'm saying, like, people listen to the Mexican songs and like, oh, it's just a Mexican person listening to Mexican music, but it's like it goes so much farther than that. Like, this is like almost, like I said, a subculture.
It's
like,
a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's people like talk in the music. They talk about guns, they talk about killings, and then the people that listen to that music sometimes go ahead and do those kinds of things. And sometimes those are the people that are actually putting the money forward to make the music, because that's how it works. You know, like, there's someone that's a drug lord or something, and they want a song about them written. The only way to get that out there is through music, because they can't just call someone from the media to come and interview them and put that out there in some kind of like CNN interview.
Yeah.
They have to put it out through music. It's the only way, right?
Yeah.
So, but like, that aside, now we're seeing like a new emergence of a different type of corrido, like a new wave of corrido players, and that's like more focused on like weed and shit, like 420 events and stuff like that. But like, why do you think that people are moving away from that kind of stuff? Is it because there's less violence now, or what is it?
I think it's probably because they legalized it.
Weed?
They legalized cannabis, marijuana. So it's just more.
I think it's probably more like all the young people involved now.
Yeah, more,
You know,
and then the younger generation. It's
like,
flipping, it's switching. You know, with all genres, switch.
Yeah.
You know how rap went to trap, because the youngsters.
Is it possible that it could be like, because now the people that are like playing this new music are not necessarily Mexican anymore? Like, I'm sure you guys are citizens of the United States, right? And not for, and maybe you guys have never even lived in Mexico for such a long time.
Yeah.
But like, maybe the people that are playing the music back there, since they're surrounded by that kind of stuff, maybe that's why they talk about that. And like, since our culture is more focused on like being chill, smoking some weed, relaxing, you know, that's probably what it is.
Yeah.
But I
Because
mean,
it sounds like it's más popular acá. You know, like on this side, I think people are more attracted to that type of stuff.
yeah.
I mean, here and there, there's people that want to listen to like violence and all that stuff. But I think mostly people just want to smoke weed, like you said. You know, just chill. So.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think it's just due to the fact that it's legalized, so everybody, I mean, it's legal. I mean, it's there. It's just like drinking a beer, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing it, so it's a trend.
Yeah, because this thing has evolved into something completely different than what it was in the beginning. 'Cause in the beginning, you started with like people like Chalino Sanchez, you know, talking about these fucking kingpins that are killing people and talking about cutting heads and shit. And then it got even worse and worse, and then it suddenly just dropped and it turned into something completely different. And now you see people like, what's that one group called? Legado Siete, and like, what's the...
Omar Ruiz,
Legado They're talking about different stuff now.
Arsenal Efectivo, everybody from the Smoke Me Out tour.
And it's also, I think, because like, these groups, they saw the danger that like talking about that kind of music could like potentially be to them, you know? I mean, you have like cases of like Gerardo Ortiz. Like, I'm not sure if you remember back in the day, he used to like sing some heavy shit.
Yeah.
Like Las Tundras and all that.
Yeah,
and then slowly over time, after he got shot and his fucking buddy got killed right next to him, because that's what happened.
Made a corrido about that one.
Yeah, like he was literally, I think, in his SUV, and people pulled up on him. They shot him and they shot his homie. And his homie actually died. Gerardo Ortiz didn't die though. And after that,
that was his cousin, no?
Yeah, it was his primo, I think. That was actually his cousin.
His cousin. And then after he came out of the hospital, I mean, you see a new type of Gerardo Ortiz. Like, he's not playing that kind of heavy shit no more. He's like all about love music.
It's good though. It's good.
It's good. But I mean, it's kind of crazy how that kind of stuff.
It can change you. Like, you know, like one moment you can find yourself having fun because you like the music.
I think it just depends on the person if you want to keep on singing about like corridos or not. You know, because there's like what's his name Tito Torbellino, you know, died. He got killed because of that.
Yeah.
But his son, he's still going out singing corridos because he wants to. So I mean, he already knows what he's going into. He knows what's already. Yeah, he knows what he's walking into, but he's still doing it. So I think it just depends on the person and the lifestyle that you have. You know, like people over there, they're most likely gonna be doing corridos allá in Mexico, because over there it's still popping over there. All those corridos and narco corridos. There's still grupos underground over there that, just like right here, we have like grupos underground here talking about like weed and partying. You know, people even talk about nosing it, leaning it in corridos. Yeah, man, that's crazy. But allá no.
I guess it's because corridos are so like, you could like just.
It's because we're in the urban area here.
Yeah. And like a corrido is a story, like you guys said, and you could turn it into anything you want. It could be a story about love. It could be a story about weed. It could be a story about killing someone. It could be a story about fucking, I don't know, like you said, nosing it.
Yeah, man. Last time I seen it, I heard a corrido. I think it was called Tanque de Nos or something.
Are you for real?
Yeah. And they have another one. What's it called? By Abraham Vasquez. I think it's called Double Cup or something. It's talking about leaning it. You know, they put double cup on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's just
Double cupping it.
so now what we're seeing is like more like trap and rap getting infused with the urban. I don't know if you've seen that. So now it's
Tercer Elemento's been
they did it with
they
did it with. So it's crazy like how it just depends on your area too. Cause right here, like I said, we're in the urban area.
Yeah.
We're not in the rancho, you know. We're in the hood. We're in the hood.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We're not in the rancho. In the rancho over there, I'm pretty sure they're still bumping all those corridos, you know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're not playing fucking Legado
Nah,
7 out there.
I mean maybe legado maybe se la rifa, pero ya.
Tercer Elemento.
Yeah, Tercer Elemento.
That's
maybe.
It's a weird.
Maybe.
Nah, well, sí hay gente que le gusta, you know. People that like all that type of stuff.
Yeah, there's people that like, but yeah, I think it just varies within your area and how you're born and raised. That's how you're gonna see things, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably just I mean, that kind of music is definitely a representation of like this fusion of Mexican culture and American culture that, you know, it's crazy because like you said, they're adding trap, and that's definitely American.
Yeah, like how you said, Tercer Elemento, he does Spanish.
Yeah.
And then El Chivo, or what's his name, Burner, he raps in English.
Yeah.
That's his name. The other guy that he
You
raps
even see these Japanese rappers trapping también. Have you seen that?
Japanese.
Yeah, you haven't seen
Japanese
that?
rappers.
Real?
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
What's the names?
Japanese trappers.
Or este güey que se llama Young Chigga.
Oh man, come on.
Have you ever Young Chigga?
I don't know about that one,
That
man.
was funny.
How do you spell it?
It's just Young Chigga, like Chinese, but
Young
Chigga.
what? Young
Chigga. Yeah, it's just funny. Watch.
Oh man.
Watch, you better watch this thing.
I think this is old, man. This
Look,
is
look,
only
look.
3
Hey, that fool
years.
goes hard.
Oh, this guy.
He goes
Yeah,
hard with
Rich
it.
Brian?
Look, listen to him.
Yeah, man.
No, just listen to that for you right now.
Chav's getting into everywhere, man.
Oh, it's Rich Chigga.
Rich Chigga, yeah.
Well,
It's
would you
pretty
say-
old though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's always 3 years old, man. Thought you were gonna talk about something new.
Let's talk about something new here.
About something.
Nah, I just don't know.
Do you guys have any of like your own songs out there right now?
We have like 2 songs, but
They're not recorded yet. They're not like kind of done yet neither. So we haven't recorded them because they're still not done. But we gotta practice them more to record.
Your homie knocked out already.
You want to switch, my boy?
You want to step in the hot seat?
Here, I'll let him take over right here.
Stay still. Let's try it now.
All right, guys. This is our bass player, Ozzy.
Those are ass clapping.
Take over. Tell him where you're from, because we're all from here. We're all from Boyle Heights. He's not from Boyle
Oh,
Heights.
you're not from Boyle Heights?
No.
He's the
Oh
only
shit,
guy
dude.
not
Where you
from
from,
Boyle
man?
Heights.
Well, I mean, I grew up. Well, as a kid, I grew up basically in all my places. Like basically, I was born and raised like all South Central.
Yeah.
Watts and Compton, and then I moved to Mexico for a full year, you know, because you know the papers things. After that, your parents gotta move back just to like get their stuff going again, you know.
Yeah.
So people could get
Some
them
complicated
yeah,
shit.
yeah, like that. And so I stayed a year over there. You know, I started learning about their culture because I was more American, saying like that, because I was born here.
Yeah.
And basically, I started learning more stuff over there. It's basically their songs and stuff like that. and I started going to like Banda Carnaval. You know, they have their own festivals sometimes, like over there. So I started going, you know, and I started enjoying them, and then I got kind of the spirit as well, and saying like I started dancing and all that stuff. So
How old were you?
Probably was I was like 12.
12.
12 around there. So I started liking music so like I was 12, but I didn't know anything like about instruments or stuff like that.
Yeah.
But after that, you know, once we got like over there, basically pretty much now that I live in Downey right now. So I live in Downey right now, and right now, well, basically what got me into like playing instruments and all that stuff is when I started hearing like songs and stuff like that, like Ariel Camacho. I don't know if people have heard of him.
Yeah.
But you know, like I started getting into music because, you know, I started hearing his songs, but I didn't play bass first. I play armonía.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing I ever learned was guitar, six string basically. So I got into it. It took me like 6 months to learn the basic things, but it took me a full year to learn something, like a full instrument. So after that, I had my first group where they're called Alta Velocidad.
You were part of a group before Los Infieles, then?
Yeah, I was like when I was 17.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was in a first grupo called Alta Velocidad.
Yeah.
And Alta Velocidad, you know, we had our own gigs and stuff like that. We'll go like to nightclubs, basically like that. We started playing, and then one of our singers left, and then we had to find a new singer. After that new singer, we had to find a new singer. And then I think that's when my manager got fucking frustrated. I'm sorry for swearing, but pretty
That's
much.
all right. You can swear, man.
but yeah.
Fuck.
Holy crap! Oh, sorry, people. All right, but either ways, yeah. Well, basically, we just all separated, and I stopped gigging for like about 6 or 7 months. To be honest, I've never. That was my first group I learned bass with, just to put it like that, right there. And basically, once that happened, I stopped gigging. You know, like I still care for music, but the thing is that I didn't have no connections to people with other grupos.
Yeah.
But then my homie, again, shout out to him, Bimbo, because I learned him. I met him for my first grupo. He used to play tuba as well. And basically, he helped me out find Perfil Bajo, because Perfil Bajo had a gig. And once they heard me playing bass, they were like, "Oh, you sound badass, fool," and all that stuff. And I was like, "Oh yeah, thank you." And he was like, "Oh, how do you think about being in our group?" And I was like, "Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'll be down and stuff like that. Like I'll hop on it." But yeah, either ways, yeah, I went, and you know, we started ensayando right there for a full while. You know, I had little gigs with them full right there.
With Bimbo?
No, with Jesus and all them.
With Perfil Bajo?
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
With all of them. And basically, you know, we had a little thing like right there. And after that, you know, they started getting more tuba, as well as my whole grupo. I stopped liking, because once it's like saying
The sex wasn't good anymore.
but yeah, I just didn't like the tuba anymore. Like basically, it took over my place, and it didn't make me feel comfortable in that group, saying like, "Oh, I only play for a few songs."
Yeah.
But I love to play like, yeah, like I'm third wheel, like a third wheel person in there.
Yeah, no one really fucks with the tuba guy for some reason, man. That was just kind of there.
Yeah, I want to sock him. Nah, but
Shout out to the homie Tubbs. Salute.
but yeah,
Hey, nah, but you know how you were saying that that you would take turns, you know how when we played over there, you were doing like the Bimbo would do like the music, and then you would do like the lyrics, right?
but yeah, the thing is that
He wouldn't do that. He would just take over.
the other people, yeah, he would just take over.
Cause
Bimbo will help me out and be like, "Hey, handles. Like he'll actually let me feel the music as well with him."
Nah, cause he likes doing shit like that. You know, like that's the best part when everybody's like, I know what's gonna help it sound better, instead of just like, nah, I wanna play all the time, you know? Because there's people that just want to take over all the time, and they're like selfish with the time that you have to play.
Yeah.
And that's happened to me, you know? Like when sometimes when I go try to sing something, or I go up on another grupo, sometimes I sing, sometimes I don't, you know? But there's always that one person que no se deja ayudar, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I understand that, because as a person that's like as people that are in a band, like, it's always like, who's the fucking face of this shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, who's the one that's representing us? But like, the thing you have to guys all realize is that you guys are one group.
It would be really, really fucking badass if it was like two people, you know, that work together and they're like, oh, well, these motherfuckers play sick because they both put in work, or when this fool's singing one song, the motherfucker takes a break, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's the best part of it, like when you help it sound better.
Yeah, and especially right now, like I was saying earlier, like, it's like when you're in your 20s or like even before you hit your 20s, people that like you dropped out of high school early to start on this, right? To jump on this.
Yep.
Like, people right now are really trying to find themselves. Like, people are trying to find their identity, and like,
I think you don't have to really put too much thought to it, cause I mean whatever you identify as or whatever you wanna like do, you're gonna do it, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're gonna find out who you're gonna turn into. Yeah.
It's actually dedication to something that you have to stick with. Cause when I started learning guitar, people like my friends keep telling me, "Hey, help me out, like learn guitar." He buys a guitar and he stops playing it. And I'm like, "Why you stop playing it?" And he's like, "Oh, but I want to learn still." I'm like, "You're not gonna learn anymore because you don't have the passion or dedication into it."
They gotta do something else and to sit down and take
because
their time to
I'll practice every like fucking day. I busted my ass. Like,
but you're really passionate about this.
Yeah, like I started playing bass for 2 years now. I have 2 years playing bass, and I practice every day. I have my little, my little amp right there at home, and I practice all the time, like every like an hour or so.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get you guys to play right now after this. Like, I'm gonna try to cut it off like at 45 minutes because I really don't know how much time that's got. But like I want to hear you guys play live. So do you also practice at home? Like, do you guys have like moments where you guys unite?
Yeah, we have our schedules. We have Tuesday practice and Thursday practice.
I wonder if they stuck to them all the time.
And do you guys have day jobs as well?
I don't personally. I don't, but I'm gonna have to get a job either ways, just to have a little money to the side.
Yeah, but this shit is generating cash, and that's what's important.
Yeah, but I just want like a part time, basically Monday to Friday, and
imagine if you played every day, like people come out of work and they
Friday,
go
Saturday, Sunday.
Se van a comer un cevichito, at un restaurant or something, and you go and you're live music there.
Yeah.
And they'll be
I mean, I know grupos that charge like $600 an hour.
Damn.
And it's fucking wild. Like, people actually pay for that shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Nah, but I mean, the other way you can make money is like, you're gonna have to spend a lot of time there, But it's like, you go around and you play songs and people are gonna ask you for a song, Hola, cuánto cobran la canción and all that,
Yeah.
And you can be like 3 motherfuckers and you'll be like, oh, le cobramos a 10. And people be paying for songs. Thursday, Friday, there's people that get off on Thursday, descansan and all that shit, and they get lit,
Remember we went to the Mercadito?
Oh, David?
Why don't we do it?
No, just me and you.
Let's do it.
And they kicked us out?
Oh, yeah, they kicked us out.
Why?
That's funny, right? It's like Mexican.
Nah, because they're like, nah, you guys don't have permission to be playing.
Because
like,
supposedly they're like, oh, it's like soliciting, supposedly.
Yeah, it's
we were
because
soliciting, like we were just saying like for tips.
Yeah.
we weren't even. It's because I think.
You could do that. Tips, basically.
Because I have a homie that used to do that. He used to go to the Mercadita and he would play some songs and they would just watch him walk around. No one would tell him anything.
Can you play at Mariachi Plaza?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah? That's a pretty good idea,
Yeah,
just standing outside.
I'm pretty sure there's nothing that says you can't play in public.
I
Like,
think that
kind
just
of
security
bullshit.
guard was just mad.
No,
at
mad
it.
at
Yeah, he was mad at it.
I'm pretty sure, dude. People fucking hate their jobs. They're just gonna fucking ruin your fucking day for no reason.
Fuck, this fool took his time. I'll kick that foot.
Alright.
Damn, so where were you at? What were you saying? Because you didn't finish what you were talking about.
What was that?
You were saying
Oh,
that
yeah,
you had like 2 years playing the bass, man?
Yeah, and Bimbo was talking about Bimbo, basically. Pretty much, yeah. I was, and then after that, after Perfil Bajo, that's when my other friend Bimbo as well. Oh yeah, well we were talking about the tuberos. Like I like playing myself.
I hit you up first, right?
Yeah, no, I
He
actually
sent me
hit
a
you
video
up.
of you. He sent me a video of you
Yeah,
saying,
I
hey.
first hit him up. I was like, hey, I play bass, and I don't know if you want me to have, if you want a bass player. It was pretty recently, not too long ago.
This is when you joined us.
Not really. And then after that,
I said this is when you joined us.
Oh yeah.
And you found them through social media, like Instagram or?
I found him through the same guy he's talking about, Bimbo.
Yeah, yeah.
He was checking them out. He was checking out Bimbo, and he's like, "Oh, who's this hottie?"
He just.
Oh shit, my bad, bro.
Yeah, yeah. No, that shit really shakes. That's why.
I had asked Bimbo, and he told me about you. And then I told him about Ozzy.
Yeah.
And then we just met up.
And you guys said, fuck it, just let's start playing.
Well, we first met up at a gig, right? It was the gig. Was that
He came to help us out.
It was a 2 hours gig, yeah. I only helped them out for 2 hours, and they they liked me a lot. They were like, "Hey, you play badass," and I think they like my sense of humor as well.
Your sense of humor.
Yeah, huh?
Hey Omar, how'd you get into this, man? How'd you start doing this shit?
Kyle.
Hey, come through.
Fuck it.
Bro, look.
Just sit for like 5 minutes.
All right, well, if
5 minutes.
I'm gonna kill you, fool.
Hey. Come sit on the
no, he's straight. But if you want, you could explain like how he got into this. Like, how'd you get into this? Like, how'd you know that this was gonna be your thing?
Well, you have to.
Oh.
Just for 5 minutes, man.
Compa Omar, round of applause.
Let's see. Yeah, man. So, just how'd you find out that this was something you wanted to do, or like how did, yeah?
Well, I mean, I've always had like a passion for music. You know, maybe some people are born with the talent, some people are just born with an ear. You know.
Yeah.
And I've always liked music. I don't know. I guess being raised in a household of always playing Mexican music no matter what, then it just brought me to the attention. And when I grew up, as I started getting older, I just realized I really love music. I love dealing with.
And how'd you find because you found him first, right?
Yeah, Cholo.
Yeah.
Well, I was through another friend as well, and then ever since we haven't been.
You guys were just homies at first, or like did he tell you like, hey, can you like start setting up our stuff and like managing
That's
our?
how it started off.
That's how it started
like
off.
style.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started off as I would just go with them, and then I'll help them out with whatever they needed. I'll pick up the cables, any regular kid could have been doing that.
Yeah.
But I just stick through it because I actually had I really wanted to do it. I wanted to learn more than just be there picking up cables.
Yeah. Do you play though?
Nah.
You just manage engineering.
He sings actually.
Hey man, that's props though, because like you have to stick around till the whole events are over, and sometimes they finish like fucking late, right?
Yeah.
Like what's the latest you've had to like clean up?
Well, we had a gig for 12 hours, from 6 p.m. to 7 a.m. in the morning.
And so like you're also in charge of promoting their stuff, like putting it on social media, YouTube,
everything pretty much.
Damn.
I just, like how I work is I don't let them deal with any type of the pressure, like money wise, or like let's say, oh, we don't have a gig this week, what are we gonna do? Like, what I want to deal with is I just want to make sure they get to that day, and play, do their job, earn their money, do whatever they want, and then go home. That's it. Like, I don't really.
That's essential, man. You need someone like that because.
Yeah, because if you think about it, if they would have been doing this by themselves, I'm not saying they can't. They can, you know, everyone can. But it's gonna be way more in their shoulders. More stressful. They're gonna be more stressed. Like they're gonna see that, oh, you know, you have to go over here to do this. You gotta drive here to make contracts. You gotta keep up with people. You gotta keep up with a lot of stuff, you know. So it's like that's something I've always told them. Like, look, don't worry about it. Like all you gotta do is just play. Just play, and that's what I'm here for. Like I'm here to fucking tell the people off, or confront them. You know, and
you gotta be the front man like that.
Yeah, I mean you have to. Sometimes, like I mean, you know how it is. Like at parties, people get lit. People.
Yeah, dude. Man, fuck, people get coked out at parties.
Yeah.
You guys like All right, man. So the reason I wanted to get you guys in here is because. Like right now we're in a time of like a lot of polarity. There's a lot of like issues going on with ICE, people trying to kick out Mexicans, people trying to kick out this culture from the United States. But the thing is that the thing that people don't realize is that this is what the United States is becoming, man. We define the country. Like members of a society define what this country is. And that's why I have the flag up there, man, because a lot of people walk in here like different people with different ideas, myself included, and we all contribute to what this country is and what this society has become. And to just force our way out of here, like just forcibly get kicked out of here, is not right. You know,
Yeah.
we're a giant melting pot, and like whether we like it or not, we're gonna be here to stay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With all these, what's going on?
Dude, you should podcast with this motherfucker and the homie Santi be arguing about. What were you talking about the other day? The Republican, la chingada, que estaban diciendo. The concentration camp, que no sé qué tanta madre.
You gotta talk about the flat world. And
Yeah, I've been wanting to talk about that because a lot of people are like, you know, like discussing it and stuff, and like it's, well, my major is political science, so that's why every time you see my YouTube videos, it's always about like politics or like something like that.
Yeah.
But I also like to talk to people in general, like that's why I like talking to people like you guys, you know. But I have a lot of background in political science, so that's why I'm always into that kind of stuff. But yeah, like the whole ICE thing that's going on recently is really bothering me, you know, because like you can't just kick people out of a country that they helped form or that are helping form what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like this genre of music is slowly defining our area of this country, which is the Southern California vibe, the California vibe.
And you don't even hear corridos about that, about people like getting deported and all that. You know, like all the.
I don't think people want to hear about shit like that. That's the thing, man.
No, well, I mean, not like what can happen, but you know, like there was gonna be a raid. There was gonna be a raid on Sunday, right?
Yeah, there was.
And
A
it
big
didn't
ass
happen,
raid.
but why? Like, you know, there's people que se levantan temprano y se van a trabajar. You know, why you gotta scare people like that? You feel me? And not everybody takes Sundays off. You know, people go to work and then like, oh, it's gonna be a redada today. What am I gonna do? I have to pay my rent. I have to do this. I have to do that. And then for bullshit like that, that's fucked up. Cause I mean, my parents no son de aquí, you know.
Yeah.
I have family que no son de aquí tampoco. So
It's the language barrier, and it's also like accents and all that kind of makes us like the other. Kind of makes people like not see us as members of a society that make up this country, you know, stuff like that. And
I'm pretty sure I identify as Mexican as fuck. I'm pretty sure, you know, cause I Spanglish, you feel me? Like,
yeah.
I mix it up. Like,
And if you really look at like traditional Mexicans, like a lot of them are closely like they resemble more of a conservative kind of like political ideology. You know what I mean? Like people that put their values on hard work, on religion, and stuff like that. You know, all that's conservative. But the thing is that the language barrier doesn't allow for that kind of interaction between the Americans and like the Mexicans to happen.
So you mean like people share like the same values but not the same beliefs?
No, people like Mexicans and then Americans, they sometimes hold the same values, but because of a language barrier,
They don't see eye to eye?
yeah, just because like they can't really speak or like kind of like explain each other's ideas to
other.
one another.
Yeah.
Like hard work, like you said, people wake up early in the morning, they go grind their ass off.
Yeah.
They work 12 hours a fucking shift, and like they're in fear of getting kicked out of the country. That's fucked up.
¿Tú eres de aquí, Omar?
No.
No? You got that arrugadita right here?
Simón.
Yeah? You too, also? Well, yo sí soy de aquí, güey, but I don't know, no sé, how do you get that shit, fool? So, ¿es en your
Yo
guión?
soy de aquí, pero I still have
Yo
it.
soy de aquí, güey, pero allá
No, it's because the foods that are born, you're fucking born with that shit. No one knows what the fuck. It's something in the
It's an
atmosphere.
injection, no?
It's I think
It's the climate.
Let's ask
Hey,
you.
güey,
Fucking
Bro, this nigga said it's the atmosphere.
it's the atmosphere, bro. It's the climate pressure. It kind of like forms this shit in your arm. Yeah. No, but like that's also why I wanted to kind of get you guys in here because, like I said, some of my listeners are Americans, like straight up Americans, and like it's good to put a voice to people that aren't generally like listened to, you know, people that are sometimes ignored or seen as the other, but like you guys are humans just like everyone else, you know.
Yeah.
And what should unite us should be our intuitions, like the fact that we all have the same beliefs, like we all love, we all hate, we all feel anger, we all feel sad, you know, all those things are what should unite us.
Yeah.
Even though we have different cultures, even though we have different holidays, you know, different stuff like that that separates us.
Like, I mean, like you said, everybody feels the same, you know, so
Yeah.
you should learn to have like that type of respect towards one another. Not, I mean, you know, like people say, I've been around people they get offended around some shit that I say, and it was just me saying some stupid shit.
Yeah.
Or like I didn't mean, like I was at the beach. I don't even know what the fuck I said, and this lazy food. It wasn't era la noche where we're in the sand. I went with the homie Raul and the other homegirl. We were right there, fool, no mames, güey. We were right there by the water, fool. Yeah, la noche, we had a speaker bumping music. This motherfucking bitch, güey, fuck, her titties were out, güey. As soon as I fucking looked at her, güey, she was black, she had short curly hair. And, dick, she had, swear to God, fool, no shirt, no bra. And then she came up to us, excuse me, did you say, ¿sabe qué? And I was like, what? I was like, oh shit. I was like,
well, Dick, her fucking tits
like,
were out.
I was like,
oh shit.
I was like, nah. We were like, I didn't even know she was there. Like, I was like, my homegirl was like, no, we didn't even know you were here. Like, we were just talking. Oh, okay. And she walked back, and my homegirl was like, dig. When the homie came back from the water, because then loco se ve. When he came back, she was like, dig, some fucking titties all out bitch came up to us talking about we said something, but we didn't say shit.
Yeah.
So that's sometimes like I think like people get offended over some shit you say, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like it's intentional, like you don't mean to offend other people or you don't even know what the fuck you're saying.
Yeah.
But other people, yeah, like, what's up, homie? Square.
And the thing is that we all look different, man. Like, we look very different from a black person, and black people look very different from a white person, and we all look different from a white person, and shit like that. Even just looking different than one another can give someone a reason to want to hate you. And that shit's fucked up, but it's real. Like, it's fucking real. Like, people get hated on just because they're brown, or because they're black, or because they're white.
They don't wanna absorb all that beautiful.
Because
brownness.
even like people that I know that are Mexican, like some of my close friends are racist against white people. Like they're all for trashing people's places, you know, all for trashing them because they're white. Like I have a friend of mine that works on Cesar Chavez. His name is Jackson, and he owns his coffee shop. He's a white guy. And like people have trashed his shop just because he's white. Like there's no other reason. Like, just because he's white.
Yeah.
Like there's racism on all sides of this shit, and like it's gotta stop. You know?
Is it the one next to the barber?
Yeah.
Damn, I live by there.
Yeah, I've had him on the podcast before to talk about this kind of shit. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I live by there, but I've never gone.
You should go, man. The coffee's good. If you like coffee,
I should go there.
highly recommend it. Well, without further ado, man, let's play some music.
Yeah, let's play some music here. Can you pass me my guitar, Omar? It's right there behind you.
Nah, fucking.
Before that fucking camera goes out, man.
It's going out?
Before that camera goes out.
Hey, you're gonna plug in off here? Oh,
It's all right, man. If you want to get those chairs out of the way, if it's more comfortable, then it's fine, man. Just pull us out of the way.
hey, Ozzy, you have the pick? You have the pick? Right where? Hey, you wanna play Polo Chop? That shit's sick.
We just took that one out.
Damn. I'm telling you guys, you guys are fucking good, man.
Well, what do you want to hear? Something we have recorded or something new? Or
I want to
como?
hear this song, El Diablo de Culiacán.
El Diablo de Culiacán.
Está fired. Oh, no.
¿Te quieres levantar el Diablo de Culiacán?
Damn.
¿O cuál vas a hacer?
You wanna do El Diablo?
Yeah, let's do it real quick.
Hey,
We have recording.
Real quick.
La verdad.
Cano solo.
¿Sol?
Yeah. El Diablo de Culiacán. Sol.
Está sacando la letra, compa. Aquí en live, en East LA. Sus compas, los Infieles.
You gotta do the thing. You gotta do the thing, though.
Los Infieles. DJ. A ver cómo dice esto.
Hey,
Algo tenemos grabado. Aquí en vivo. Sol.
hey, can I put this?
It's gonna fall.
Hold on, watch. Escucha.
Alright, man. So to you,
A veces se
man.
cae, pero ni modo.
Alright, go. Sol.
No sé ni cómo explicarlo, lo que les voy a contar. En la puerta de mi casa se apareció Satanás. Me dijo, estás rodeado, ahora te van a matar. Yo estaba pesando coca, no se había imaginado. Se prendieron las sirenas, dijeron está rodeado. Sal con las manos en alto, si no serás balanceado. Al momento de advertirme que me querían agarrar, me dijo, te tengo un trato, sé que eres de Boyle Heights, te entregaré vida eterna, pero tienes que firmar. Él andaba bien vestido, de avestruz eran sus botas, dos pistolas en el cinto y las cachas eran rojas, con diamantes del diablo, de Boyle Heights, California. Que me van a matar y no quisiera morirme. Me dijo, firma la hoja y ahorita yo te haré libre. Él sacaba sus pistolas, contra ellos se puede firme. Como era cosa increíble, me tuve que persignar. Acabó con los agentes, en la frente les va a dar. Yo vuelta llego conmigo y le tuve que firmar. Ahora soy hombre muy rico y tengo 300 años. Soy un hombre de la mafia y trafico en todos lados. La coca que yo desvelo, pura me la manda el diablo. Ya con esta me despido y me voy a festejar. Voy pa' mi rancho querido, yo le digo Culiacán, donde vive el mero diablo. El infierno es Boyle Heights.
Saludos a toda mi gente de Boyle Heights. That's shit right there. That's some shit right there, man. You guys are fucking good, man. Thanks for coming, man.
Thank you.
All right, man. So if you guys liked the episode, make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. Episode number 17. And if you guys like this video, make sure you share it, like, subscribe, put the notification bell on. Don't forget to do that because then you can't get the notifications for this video. So make sure you guys check them out. Los Infieles Oficial on YouTube, Los Infieles on Instagram. And thank you guys for watching again. See you guys next time.
Super.
Woo! Thank you. Ciao.